Hey guys, it's JMA. So today I'm going to be talking about I'm going to be talking about finishing off your 3D prints. Now 3D prints are awesome. They give you symmetry in your parts. They give you a general shape, some details depending on what you're printing out, and a lot more. It's for the amount of time that you end up working on a prop piece. It's quicker to do the 3D print for symmetry reasons than it is to try and actually hand sculpt it in certain instances. But anyway, so if you're doing a 3D print, let me just go over my process of how I sand and do all the parts on this. So as you can see here, this is a print that I've got off my printer. It's still got the brim attached to it, or most of it. And if you look at the detail on it, it's great. But there's lines and some weird, things going on with that. And that's what we're looking to get rid of. So that's fresh off the printer. No work done to it, no processing. So next is one that I went over with the 100 grit sandpaper. You don't want to go any down further than that because it'll start digging into the print. It'll cause weird, you'll get, if it heats up too much, it'll start getting gummy, and it just becomes a weird mess, and you don't want to do that. So 100 grit is where you want to start off at, and you can see there's quite a bit of line still in it, but it's better off than the other one that I just had in my hand. So when you get it down to a certain point where you kind of feel comfortable with it, and there's less lines, the next thing you want to do is use filler primer. And this is the filler primer that I use. And you want to give it about 1 or 2 good coats and then sand it back down again, and this is what you get. So this is still better, but not perfect. And so what we're looking to do is get this completely smoothed out. And I'll have to do some more sanding on this, add another layer of filler primer on this, and then maybe even some glazing and spot putty. So that's when we get to the next part here. So this part here, it's got the glazing and spotting putty put onto it, and it's smoothed out. I got to go back through it and clean the lines up so I can get the details back. That's done with a razor blade or with a pair of needle files. It's easy enough to do, but that's pretty much the next step. So it's fresh out of the printer. You sand it with 100 grit sandpaper, primer it, and then add some spot putty to it. After that, these ones have been painted once again after the spot putty, and you can see that there's a reduction in the amount of lines. There's no lines in this one pretty much, but I got to go back over it and reclaim some of the details back in the print, which is kind of an unfortunate thing, but that's just the way it is. So this will be painted once again with the filler primer, and then here's the next one. So the next one has gone through all those steps over there and is pretty much almost finished, and it's looking pretty good. There's no real big lines or details that you can see from the print, any artifacts from the printer, and that's pretty good. So the next part is getting it all together, spot filling and everything else, and kind of getting it all straightened out. Now what I started doing was fiberglassing the back parts of these. So basically you end up with one solid piece that's pretty solid. The parts snap in, fiberglass the back, and then I've done one thin fiberglass layer and then another layer of fiberglass resin with aluminum powder in it, just to get some metallic in there. You don't have to do that, but it's kind of what I wanted to do. So there's still some more sanding and another couple coats of paint to do on this, and then this one should be finished. So you're looking at something like this when you want to get it finished. Now this isn't completely finished, but it's darn near close. And that's after all these other things have been done. So you get something that's smooth, you get something that's fits well, and is painted. So I still have to fill the line here in between here, and I kind of already knew that. This one's not fiberglass in the back yet. So, but that's pretty much about it. So If you guys have any questions about 3D printing or how to process and finish your 3D printed parts, leave them in the comments down below. Obviously, as you go through and sand, you want to use a lighter and lighter sandpaper, just so you don't leave as many scratch marks on the paint. So then when you get to a finished product, it looks a little bit shiny and nice looking without any sort of sand marks in it. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share it, and let me know that you guys enjoy watching these videos and they're helpful to you. Like this video? Yeah, like this video. In fact, if you can, like it twice, but I doubt that's possible. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Do your thing.